Hey there, welcome to day 260 of our BU 365-day challenge. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, and today's topic is humor. It's hard to see, but it is humor, and it says on the back, laugh at your shortcomings. Now, I've never considered myself a particularly funny or humorous person, but I do have the ability to laugh at myself when I'm klutzy or make mistakes. Yesterday, I totally wiped out in the living room, slipped on some of my granddaughter's magnets. We've got a laminate floor and magnets and kids' toys on it. When you're running to save her from herself, climbing her high chair to hurry and not look at where you're going, boom, all of a sudden flat on my back. Very embarrassing, but I did get up and have the ability to laugh at myself. And I think that's really important. So as I was thinking about today's topic, I went online, of course, and researched what are some ways to add humor to our communication. And that's kind of boring. Everybody can look that up themselves and find different ways to be more humorous. Everybody knows that a lot of speakers, a lot of entertainers, comedians in particular, use jokes and humor to convey their messages. And it's very, very powerful because they tell stories in ways that we can relate to, and that's the most powerful way you can communicate, is have the person that you're communicating with actually relate to what's happened in their life and share that experience. And once your experience becomes their experience from your story or your joke, then they really understand and get the message. So instead of digging deeper into that, I look for ways to add more laughter and more fun and more humor to our lives, because guess what? If there's more humor in my life, then I can share more humorous, positive experiences with other people. So I found a list of there was 10 again. There's so many different pieces of information on the internet. First it was 5, then it was 7, then it was 8, then it was 3, then it was 9, then it was 10. And I found a list of 20, and then I started adding things to the list myself. And so I came up with over 30, probably 33 different ways that we can add laughter to our lives and that we can actually laugh more. So I'm going to share this list. I'm going to grab my magnifying glass and share the list with you. And then our action item today is to share one way, one funny thing, one humorous thing about you in the comments below. And I'll think of what my most humorous thing is. I already shared my yesterday's embarrassing story of wiping out flat on my back in the middle of the living room. It did get my granddaughter to climb down from the high chair, though, to come and see what was going on with me. So, laughter is considered a non-verbal form of communication, since we don't use words, unless you're a comedian, of course, to create and convey humor. Laughter in and of itself, the ha-ha-ha laughing part, is considered a non-verbal communication, just like our expressions, our facial expressions, our hand movements, our body movements, things like that are all non-verbal. But what we say to help create that laughter in other people is, of course, verbal communication. So let's talk about some of these ways to add more laughter to our life, more laughter and more fun. Because guess what? The more positive emotions we feel, the more endorphins are released in our brain, the more we attract more of those good things into our life. So number 1, set the intention that you're going to laugh more. Just decide you're going to look for the funny, the humorous, the lighter side of things as you go about your day and go about your business and go about your life. Number 2, include laughter in your morning routine. First thing in the morning, find something to laugh at or smile about or be grateful for. My sister, when we were teenagers and growing up, we had a house full of girls, right? And every morning she would listen to, I think it was on KQRS back then in the Minneapolis market, she would listen to the joke of the day. And no matter how bad it was, she would come down to the kitchen table and she would regale us all with the joke of the day. And sometimes they were hilarious, sometimes they were awful, but the fact that she listened to them, remembered them, and came down and delivered them in a great manner to us always made us laugh and always started our day out right. So look for things like that to laugh at first thing in the morning. Number 3, smile more. The act of just smiling makes you feel better. Have you ever paid attention to whether you're smiling and happy? And even if you're not feeling great, if you start to physically smile, it'll change your physiology, which will change how you feel about things and make your day lighter and your stress load reduced. Number 4, read the funnies or the cartoons. Number 5, if you've got newspaper, otherwise you can read them online. Most of us can find a cartoon or something funny. There's a lot of funny things posted online every day. Number 5, befriend a funny person, or think about I say phone a friend. If you're feeling down or sad, call your funniest friend and just say hi and touch base. I learned all different ways to touch base yesterday. Hey, I just need a laugh. Talk to me. My youngest sister, the same joke of the day sister, she has got a friend who I just think about her and see her face and I smile, because everything about her, as serious as her life has been and things that have happened in her life, she has got a way, a turn of phrase, and a way of presenting and showing up in the world that just is so funny and so humorous, and it just cracks me up every single time. Number 6, have a favorite comedian. Do you have a favorite comedian? My favorite comedian passed away, but he's still my favorite comedian. Nowadays, with technology and the internet and streaming television, I can see Robin Williams whenever I want to. Number 7, follow a funny sitcom. Go online nowadays, again, with all the streaming television, you can find something that strikes your funny bone and makes you laugh. Watch that sitcom, laugh, and see if it doesn't make your communications more light and more fun. Number 8, have a fun date night. So maybe instead of just going out to dinner, you have dinner and a funny movie or a comedy. Number 9, read a funny book. There are tons of funny books, and even books that are serious have funny parts in them if you're looking for them, if you set that intention to find the funny in it. Number 10, find a little kid to hang out with. There is nothing more fun than hanging out with children. Children do and say the most incredible things, and if that doesn't make you laugh and lighten your heart, I don't know what will. 11, get a pet. Pets are often as funny as young children to hang out with and play with. Number 12, play fun games with friends. Play fun games online. Play fun games with yourself. Number 13, learn to laugh at yourself. And this is, again, our card today, and I actually added it as my 33rd thing, too, because I didn't realize it was on the list. But we have to be able to laugh at ourselves, because guess what? We're all human. We all screw up. We all make mistakes. We all do silly, funny, klutzy, crazy things. And if we can't laugh at ourselves, other people laughing at us is going to make us feel bad. But if we laugh at ourselves, it doesn't have any effect on us. Take up something new. Take up a new hobby, a new activity, because guess what? Whenever we're starting to do something, we suck at it. We're terrible at things when we first try them, and it isn't until we continue and practice that we get good at them. So when we take up new things, we're bound to be able to laugh at ourselves. Number 15, have a favorite comic strip. I guess I don't have a favorite comic strip, but that might be one thing that I could do to laugh more and have more fun in my life. Number 16, start a Pinterest board of funny stuff that you find online. I might have this on the list too. Oh, start a scrapbook of funny things that your family members say. Number 18, put laughter quotes up on a bulletin board or something. We have a bulletin board. Maybe I could start putting up a funny quote of the day or something, just for the fun of it, or funny quote of the week even. Number 19, do more of what makes you laugh. I actually do keep a list of 10 things on my refrigerator that when I'm feeling a little meh, or I don't want to do something, or I feel like procrastinating, or I feel like doing things that aren't good for me, I will look at that list and I'll pick something on that list to do, because it automatically makes me feel better. So do more of what makes you laugh. I say have that list at your ready, so that whenever you want a positive distraction or a funny distraction, you can have it on the list. 20, be around funny people. And follow funny people on social media platforms. They recommended Twitter on the list I saw, but I find Twitter irritates me personally. So pick a social media platform that you find entertaining and funny and fits your personality, your lifestyle and stuff. It might not, if it's like me, if you're like me at all, it won't be Twitter, but it'll be one of the other platforms. 23, start a gratitude journal. We've talked about gratitude journals before. There's nothing that will make you feel better than appreciating what is already working in your life, what's good in your life, the positive things that have happened, because that attracts more of those things into your life. 24, watch funny videos and movies, of course. 25, People watch. People watching is always good for funny and yucks. Just go down to a park or sit on a bench or go for a walk and watch other people. People do the craziest, funniest things when they don't think anybody's watching. Even when they do think people are watching, they do funny things. 26, read more. 27, get a funny tattoo. I'm going to pass on that one, but if you're a tattoo person, maybe you want to have a funny tattoo, and it's just something, a visual reminder every time you need a little pick-me-up. 28, do something silly. I do a lot of silly things, if you ask my family and friends, but I used to like to go out to the state park, and I would wear my hair in wild, crazy hairdos. I'd wear pigtails. Okay, this was when I was in my 50s. I would do this, and in my 60s, and I still do this. I'll wear my crazy updos, but I would wear pigtails or pigtail braids or pigtail horns or something, just to, number one, get my hair off my neck, because it's hot when you're out at the park walking in the summer, but also just to see the reaction of people, because you'd walk by them, and then all of a sudden you'd hear them burst into laughter after they were by you, and that always made my day. 29, remove negativity from your environment and from your life. If you got negative stuff around you, get rid of it. If you have things that make you feel bad, get rid of them. I used to have my background be a lot of books, like all the other gurus and coaches and people online, and I'm like, I like books, but I got irritated by the color-coded books that some people put behind them, because to me it's an indication that you're really not a reader if you color-code your books. Color-code books for children, certainly it's easy for them to put them away, but to color-code your books if you're a grown-up just seems a little bit childish and hilarious to me. Yep, pet peeve. So that was not a positive to me, and I don't care if people know what kind of books I have or not, because I've read thousands and thousands of books in my life. I'm totally a reader, and people that know me know that I don't need to advertise it and act like I'm smart, right? So that was a negative thing. So I just put things in my background that make me feel good. People think they're ridiculous. Doesn't matter. They make me feel good. So remove negative things in your surroundings, in your environment, and switch them out with things that make you feel good and that you like. Number 30, create something. Create anything. Anytime we create anything. Anytime I'm feeling stuck, I will bake or cook something. And I don't like to follow recipes, so sometimes they work out, sometimes they don't, which is a great analogy for my life. Some of the things I try and experience in my life flop totally and are inedible and non-functioning. Other things taste delicious and are surprisingly yummy that I hadn't expected to work out at all. And that's kind of like our life is. So whenever I feel like I need to be creative, I will cook or bake or do something like that. Or go out in nature. Number 31, get outside and do something. There you go. That was the next one. 32, listen to some music and dance, or dance without music, or whatever kind of music. Again, music that makes you feel good and happy. And then finally I said laugh at yourself again, because that was our card for today. And I think it's really important that we laugh at ourselves, because it shows that we are human and that we have a sense of humor. And if we can laugh at ourselves, then we can laugh at other people in a way that doesn't harm them, but that uplifts them instead of bringing them down. All right, our action item again today, share something funny in your life today. Something funny that you do, something funny you say, something funny that happens to you, something funny you observe, etc. And I will do the same. See you tomorrow. Have an awesome, funny, humor-filled day.